Okay, I did a video on the two 40s the other day showing the differences in the manifolds. And I was requested to do some discovery. I'd be surprised, etc., etc. Well, I'm not a metallurgist. When, I'm a old biker dude. I certainly don't know if anybody's taken one of the brass-colored 40 manifolds and sent it into metallurgy to see exactly what the hell it was. Anybody who's been around for a while is well aware that they made a brass-looking colored manifold with a -40 number. So we definitely have two weird different manifolds. Okay, we showed you the length of this one here on the police bike as being much longer with an adapter giving 1.5 inch space further out from the tank for this 7-inch air cleaner. So I don't buy that this manifold did not come with this bike with a 7-inch air cleaner on it. That's what happened. They were experimenting. So I says, well, there's the brass manifold, and here's the steel one, a short one, with a 6-inch. Now another guy I know has one of the last 40s, and he told me he checked his when he double-checked the video, so he's posted on the video. So I went and checked my 40, and I got the short manifold with the 6-inch on mine. So he's got a beautiful Hollywood green and black two-tone original paint bike. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bike. So evidently they were experimenting. Maybe people knew you could get, they knew it was coming. I don't know. But we have no documentation of why they offered a 7-inch and 40. They did. Here's the bike. There's a new old stock 40 at the Harley Museum with a 7-inch. So we got two examples here. I'm sure there's other ones in the world. You know, they can't be the only two survivors. You follow me? So we're going to do a little discovery here. Let's go look at, see what Wikipedia says. Now brass, bronze, whatever, it's all the same color. I'm not a metallurgist. I didn't have it, send it into metallurgy, no. This is what bronze, the Wikipedia says. The melting point of bronze varies depending on the ratio of the alloy components and is about 950 degrees centigrade, 1,740 degrees Fahrenheit. Bronze may be non-magnetic, but certain alloys containing iron or nickel may have magnetic properties. So bronze could be magnetic. Yes, it can. I called it brass, whatever. You know, that's nitpicking. It's a bronze looking thing, it's a brass looking thing, it's got a manifold. So let's do a little discovery here. Then we'll go look at the bikes. You know, flip this over. This is our 41. This here, I went on record as saying that I believe this is brass because of the color. You can see the brass looking color here, and by itself, which we're going to show you by itself, here we are, non-magnetic. So I guess this is brass. This is magnetic. I attach it here, goes right through the metal. Bingo, right through the metal. So obviously if you have brass attached to a large metal thing like a motor, it becomes magnetic. And as we showed you, bronze can be magnetic. I don't know what the hell the thing's made out of. It's in, sending it for a metallurgy test, whatever, however the hell you want to pronounce it. It's late over here. But I like to address these things as soon as they come up that I'm able to, just out of curiosity. So we'll just put this right here. And we're going to show you here on camera. Well, yeah, it's an iron cylinder. Of course it's magnetic. It's about the same magnetic pull. But we showed you bronze can have magnetic properties. And if it's attached to a big giant metal motor, it's going to have more magnetic properties. Yes, it is. Just like we just showed you on the green one, on our 41. And we're going to come over here. Oh, yeah, metal motor. Seems to have about the same attraction. Obvious CAD steel manifold. So now we're going to do some more investigation. Put this magnet down. Is it a short manifold? Well, yes, it is. You can see from the measurements I did on the earlier video. They didn't make a short steel manifold in 41. Didn't happen. They might have still offered one if you wanted to put a 6-inch on your bike, blah, 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 for an earlier bike. We don't know. Don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But at any rate, on a production machine, yeah, you had a 7-inch and 41. Yes, you did. So, we got a short manifold, steel, with... I'm going to lay on my back. I tried to do this a minute ago. This is the second running of this video, and see if I can actually read these numbers. There we go. And we have 4-2, looks like a 6, I think. So far away from it where I'm at. -40. I think that's a 6. Maybe it's an 8. Or we play the video. No, that's an 8. That's 428-40. That's 428-40. Okay. And let's lay on my back on this one. And we're going to have a look. Well, that, my friends, is a bronzy brass color. Right there in the nut. The whole thing has a bronze, brass, whatever, patina to it. Definite brown you can see underneath. Let's see. And we can see that number or not here. Okay, same number, 428-40. 428-40 with 2 different length manifolds with the same number on it. So what you had is an in-house experimentation of 40 manifolds with the same number. And we showed you on Wikipedia that bronze with certain alloys can be magnetic. It's still going to be bronze in color or brass in color or whatever the hell. So my assumption is one of 2 things. Either the brass is picking up the magnetic property through the engine case, or it's a bronze with enough stuff in it where it has magnetic properties. Pick one. So I could have misstated it as brass instead of bronze. Again, I'm not a metallurgist. I don't know anybody who sent the manifold in for proper testing to see, oh yes, it was definitely this. But we definitely have 2 different 40 manifolds. One's a long one, one's a short one with the same number. One's a bronzy, brassish, whatever color. Obviously different material with magnetic properties as the obvious steel one over there. So that's that. Now let's take a look here. Pick my hat up off the ground where it fell off my ass here. Stick that back on my head and look at the comments, and you can see why I'm making this video. Here we have a gentleman who was nice enough to make a commentary. He says his name is Citybor Pekarek. Says, hi Todd, I've been enjoying many of your videos for a while now. Fantastic bikes you have. Here pal, I want to let you know a little secret you may have heard about already. This is not the newest video. The brass 1940 only manifold is a myth. I assume the Greenie or the Police 40 must have the correct one on casting number 428-40, and it's shorter than the later ones. Put a magnet to it, and you will be surprised. It's cast iron, not brass. I have one of my 1940 EL. It's just another mistake in Palmer's book, repeated in Greg Field's book. The brass item is most probably post-war. I'm curious what you'll find out, buddy. Thanks, Sidibor. So, again, we have potentially a bronze with metal additives to it, which I would assume would make it stronger. I don't know. It's brassy looking. It's brown. They didn't plate it brown and age it. No. I've seen too many of these manifolds over the years. I just don't happen to have a spare one in my stash that I can find. I'd have it out so we can test it by itself. And obviously, I didn't take the manifold off the bike to go, oh, well, this is what it looks like. Whatever. It's bronze looking, brass looking. It's made of some type of brass alloy, bronze alloy. In other words, the difference is you're adding different stuff to make it from a brass to a bronze. It still has the base brass metal in it, whatever the alloy is. And yes, they can become magnetic. And yes, we have two different -40 manifolds. So if I ever get stupid wealthy, for the sake of argument, and I happen to have a spare long and short brass, bronzy, whatever manifold, maybe just to settle this argument, I'll send it out for testing. We know exactly what the hell's in it. But there it is. So we have a long 7-inch air cleaner, we'll call it bronze now, manifold with a -40 number. Can't argue that. It's got a -40 number and it's a long manifold. See you guys in the next video.